My name is Alain Servais. I'm born in Belgium in 1963. I'm a collector and but many other things. I'm the father of two beautiful girls. I'm a banker. I'm very interested in humanity and the world in general. And this is one of the things that is bringing me to art. Something where there's an exchange between me and the artist, which opens my heart because it's something emotional. Art is not only intellectual. Anything which is not you. I want to learn. I want to learn about the world. I want to learn about myself as well. But I want to learn about something which is not me originally. So when I find a work of art which is expressing that very well, then that's the kind of work of art I want to do. I love art history, I love human sciences like ethnology, ethnography. I'm a fan of Claude Lévi-Strauss, the ethnologist, the push of religion, the coming back of religion. I'm very anti-religious myself, but I want to understand how religion is used to organize the world. Another book which has been very important to me is a book by a French philosopher called Edgar Morin. Other interesting topics are digital arts, because I believe that what we will remember of our time is the appearance of internet, social media, the way it is mapping us, describing us. So there's in fact different themes in the collection that are crossing each other at different moments. Another one I forgot to mention is globalization. I think it's important to understand that today the social-political power, but also even the political power is not only limited to the Western world, United States, Europe. It's expanding to many other places, but it's also bringing changes. I've been buying a lot of works from non-Western artists. So it's a group of things of interest that I have that are met in the collection around that main theme, which is a work of art that needs to open myself up to something else. Photograph by Nan Goldin, and then just after that a photograph by Andres Serrano. I'm a little bit worried by that development where art is appearing as an entertainment. When you have I think Kastenholler with the toboggan, all those works of art. Where does it make you think? It makes you kind of feel good, having fun. You do a lot of selfies, but is it art? In my opinion, very often it is not. So I'm a little bit worried of the extension of that. If it means that it's bringing more people in the museum, why not? But I'm hoping that they're going to get lost trying to find the entertaining piece, and then maybe they're going to see fantastic sculptures. It is true that museums are trying to renew themselves. People realize that a kind of museum as a temple of knowledge that is static, it's over. Because you want to go back once to see Leonardo da Vinci, you don't want to go 5 times. So you need another reason to bring you in. So there's a kind of a renewal, which I would not call entertainment. It's about renewal. It's about making it lively. I would rather say activating the museum or making it alive, in some way. The interest in art has been increasing a lot by the general population, and the public funding has been reduced. So there is kind of an importance for the museum to get more people in. So how you keep the balance between the fact that the art must be something which is challenging you a little bit, that means not making you too comfortable, and bringing more and more people in the things, And then that's the big question that you had about the shows of Harley Davidson in the Metropolitan Museum. Is this the place to put Harley Davidson? It's a question. So there's continuously walking on a very thin line between what is educational, because museum is still something about learning something. privileged information means that it is an information that could be moving the price. And again, do we know what will be moving the price of an artist? Yes, maybe the fact that you're going to have a big show here, a big show there. But yeah, again, there should be more attention given to that kind of information, okay? Which means that, yes, I would find normal that a museum like the MoMA would make public its program for the next 18 months publicly by a press conference or a press release at the same time to anybody. And that the information in advance should be considered privilege. I mean that you cannot disclose it neither to your board members, neither to your thing. Whether it's practical, I don't know, because of course, you need to speak to some galleries. If you want to do a show of Vic Muniz, you're going to speak to the galleries of Vic Muniz. So, of course, there will be people knowing that something is cooking. So, it's not easy to implement, but there should be some kind of guidelines to protect it a little bit more than it is right now. There should be some rules about best practices. One example is the relationship between artists and galleries. There is no contract between artists and galleries. At the moment, it gives rise to serious tensions and even conflicts. And so there is a lawsuit. So there should be clear rules about that kind of element. A story in Europe where a collector thought that someone was acting as his agent. That means that he was working for you, but he was trying to get the best price. But the other one was not considering that, he was considering himself as a dealer. So again, wrong contracts that was put together. Then in the auction houses, you have the chandelier bidding, which also is manipulating the process. So yes, definitely there is a necessity for new rules. Not too many rules, because it's it must not be killing the activity, but definitely at this point we need some rules. One part is, of course, there's new amount of money coming in the art. When you say it is a financial asset, absolutely not. We are in the UBS supported art fair. I know that it is official policy from UBS not to consider art as a financial asset. It is not. Why? Because there are too many things which make it impossible to be a financial asset. The first one is liquidity. I mean, to buy and sell an artwork, the cost is maybe 50% to 100% of the value. I mean, who would buy as an asset something where it needs to rise by 50% in price that you can recover your money on it? Only recover, first thing. Transparency is that there's no transparency. I mean, you're talking about the stock exchange, you open any newspaper, any screens, and you find the price of the asset that you want. Here, to get a price is a miracle. Third is fungibility. That means that if you buy one stock of IBM, you buy another one, it's the same. But for a Picasso, a 1935 Picasso, the same year, the same subject can be worth $500,000 and the other one $5 million, because it's not at all the same for different reasons. It has been belonging to someone else, this one belonging to the Countessa, blah, 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 or, so it's all reason why it is not a financial asset, and honestly, I don't believe it will ever be. Let me be clear. Does it mean that there are no people making money with art? Of course they do. And there are some people, but you need to have really special information and also taste, because you're able in a way to kind of predict the taste. And this thing is more like, I don't know, predicting which neighborhood in New York will be the next hot neighborhood. But I can tell you that within 5 years, there will be a new person intervening in all this, which will be the artist agency. Right now, the art world is one of the last cultural or even, cultural and entertainment where there's no agents. Every footballer, every theater actor, every movie actor, every architect has got an agent. And the art world, it does not work like that. Again, because at the time, I mean, it was such a small market that gallerists and artists were working together. The problem is things have been evolving very fast, and sometimes there are conflicts of interest between the gallerist and the artist. So right now I feel a big demand from artists to have an independent advice about what is going on. So that's the first thing. Second thing where things are evolving, and that will be also evolving in the next few years, I guarantee you, is that right now there's the mega galleries and then there is the rest. The problem is you could not have Art Basel with only mega galleries. So the whole system needs the smaller galleries. But the small galleries, they pay the same price per square meters at the big galleries. It is not sustainable. They cannot survive like this. So there should be another way of maybe accommodating smaller galleries or more fragile galleries with some kind of support. Maybe a differentiation in the price. That's certainly in terms of art fair. But so yes, there will be evolution in the current system. It's too long to go through the whole detail, but certainly that relationship, the artist agent will be appearing, and sometimes some kind of support for the medium-sized galleries. And a third one I would certainly mention is some kind of a professional organization. You know, it doesn't strike anyone that we are in kind of an industry, and there's no professional organization to decide, okay, this is the way to do it, okay? This is the proper way of doing it. We can accept that people pay after 2 weeks or something. You know, in every other activity in the world, there is a best practice, whether it's for a real estate agent, what is it that you can do and not do? What is the minimum qualification you must have and not have? It does not exist in the art world. Why is it? It was okay when it was kind of a hobby activity interesting a few hundred people. But when you've got a multi-billion activity with so many people involved, then sometimes bad people that try to abuse the system, it's important to introduce rules.